Is long form conversation the antidote or one of the antidotes to the problems that we're seeing in the modern world, particularly with media?
100%, without a doubt. Long form is the most powerful antidote that we have to the clickbait, soundbite culture that I think is tearing at the heartstrings, of the world and dividing us. The only way to repair that communication divide is through conversation and connection. It's incredible to see the explosion of what's happening in the podcast space, and in particular, the long form conversation. And I think it's very hard to, when somebody tweets something, you can like dismiss it, or you can shoot back a missive at that person, and you think you know who they are and what they stand for. But if you were to listen to that person that you disagree with for 2.5 hours on a podcast, you may still disagree with that person, but I'd be willing to bet that in most cases, unless the person is a complete psychopath or whatever, that you're going to be able to see the humanity in that person and understand that not everything is black or white, and that the world is more complex than your binary view of what is right and wrong. And so I truly believe that these kinds of conversations are what's needed most, and I also think it's why they've become so popular, because people are starved for this. What we're missing is that experience of sitting around the campfire. We have lost that. And increasingly, families are not having dinner together, and you're not seeing your friends because you feel like you already visited with them because you checked their Instagram story. And so this experience that is so vital to the human condition is suddenly so lacking. And I believe that the long form podcast space really provides sustenance. It's not a replacement for the actual campfire or the actual time spent with friends, but it's a far cry from you being on a television news program where you have 30 seconds to spit out the meaning of your book and then you get a pat on the back. Yeah. And I think the media landscape is changing dramatically. And we were talking about this before the podcast. Television is quickly going the way of the dodo, and it's being replaced by social media and new media. And it's interesting to see the inability of certain sectors of culture able to really fully grasp that. Like right now, take Joe Rogan, for example. I would submit that Joe Rogan is the most influential figure in media for males between the ages of 16 to, 35, 34, something like that. His reach is insane. It is absolutely insane. And yet you nary hear a peep from the mainstream media that this guy even exists, which is bananas, because his audience dwarfs the metrics of most network primetime television shows. That is a complete seismic shift in the media landscape and how the general public consumes media. And it really tips the fulcrum in a brand new direction that I think is really exciting.